Good evening, I'm Brady Gallagher. Coming up in the newscast, a man is sentenced to jail and changes come to the old Kutztown silk factory.
And I'm Steve Majiri with an update on men's baseball and tennis. I'll also have final shoutouts for this semester. We also have Haley Bianca with the Hollywood Minute and Emily Roman with your Kutztown weather forecast. Newsbreak begins now.
Two years ago, on March 18th, Kutztown University lost a student. KU sophomore Christine McGee was fatally injured by her ex-boyfriend Michael P. Marone of Marlton, New Jersey, was sentenced 8 to 20 years for his crime for assaulting McGee on Kutztown's campus. Marone threw McGee from his pickup truck and dragged her to a nearby dorm in 2008. She suffered major brain damage before passing away in 2012. His sentence is for aggravated assault, but he is set to stand trial again for third-degree murder, where he could possibly be sentenced 40 years to life in prison. Our thoughts are with the McGee family. There's a new proposed redevelopment in Kutztown. The industrial tract inhabited by 19th century silk mills on Main Street may turn into a retail, office, and residential complex. Matthew J. Genesio, College Town's Chief Development Officer, presented the plan to Kutztown Borough Council. The proposal includes 4 different buildings that could be transformed. Genesio said the Kutztown Silk Mill District would enhance the borough's downtown business district, not damage it. And now we go to Haley Bianco with the story on medical marijuana.
Medical marijuana is currently legal in 21 U.S. states and Washington, D.C. California was the first state to permit the distribution and use of medical cannabis in 1996.
It's not looked at as such a big deal because everyone can pretty much go get their prescription, so they're not really that strict on it.
In 2013, Illinois and New Hampshire joined the group. Most recently, in 2014, Maryland passed the law as well.
And there's every type of person doing it.
Medical marijuana is not legal across state lines, meaning 29 states will charge people with a misdemeanor offense.
If I were to catch you with marijuana, I would confiscate the marijuana, field test it, and then I would send warrants to the judge. The judge would fill out those warrants and then send you a summons to appear in court at some point down the line. And that's how you would get arrested.
Currently, 8 states are pending legalization of medical marijuana, including Pennsylvania.
And then in the federal government, it's still illegal, too. So they can be arrested under those federal guidelines.
Marijuana use is a highly controversial issue, but because of its medical uses and its tax revenue purposes, it has pushed almost half the country to permit it. Reporting for Newsbreak, Haley Bianco.
How do you feel about medical marijuana possibly being legalized in Pennsylvania?
Well, if that happened, then I can see it now. 23 Jump Street, Kutztown, Pennsylvania. We'll be right back after this.
Kutztown University, the place you chose to spend your college days. Friendships began, memories were made, and dreams achieved on graduation day. Time moves on, new faces come and go, but one thing remains: you can always come back home.
It's great that that horrible rain is over now.
Yeah, it's finally warm enough to break out the grill, play country music, and dress like white trash. So Emily, what's the weather going to be like for the rest of the semester?
Hey guys, Emily here, and yes, the rain is gone, and I hope you all got a chance to enjoy that beautiful sunny 70 degrees temperature today, and only going down to a low of 46, partly cloudy. Tomorrow, finally, a Friday with no rain, sunny all day with a high of 63 and just a low of 44. Now let's check out our 5-day forecast. Expect a little bit of rain in the afternoon on Saturday, but mostly sun in the morning with just a high of 65 and a low of 46. Sunday, partly cloudy with a high of 60 and a low of 42. Monday is just nice and sunny with a little bit of clouds with a high of 64, but a low of 39, getting colder again. But then Tuesday, just a high of 58, a low of 41, and then the temperatures are going back up on Wednesday with a high of 66 and a low of 49. So keep enjoying that beautiful spring weather. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thank you, Emily. There's a dance performance coming to Kutztown on Sunday from 2 to 4. Performing Dance Portmanteau presents their 3rd annual dance showcase. The showcase will travel through time and mark major events of past decades through dance. Tickets are $3 for KU students and children and $5 for all others. Come out to the Schaefer Auditorium to watch the dance showcase. Now let's head over to Haley Bianco with the Hollywood Minute.
Hey guys, Haley here with your last Hollywood Minute for the semester. After dating for less than 8 months, George Clooney popped the question to girlfriend Amal Alamuddin. But this shocking surprise leaves us wondering, who is she and where did she come from? The last thing I remember hearing about Clooney was that his ex-girlfriend Stacy Keibler was waiting for that ring. Keibler and Clooney reportedly broke up in July 2013 after their 2-year relationship, which is why Amal was thought to be the rebound, but it turns out it's for real. So who's this mystery girl that finally has tied down one of Hollywood's most eligible bachelors? Well, she's not a model or an actress, but she's an attorney. She's successful, a world traveler, and smart, which are just a few traits that made the 52-year-old George Clooney fall head over heels for this 36-year-old. The engagement ring reportedly cost $750,000. Thanks for listening to this week's Hollywood Minute. Tune in to Newsbreak next semester for more Hollywood updates. Now, back to the news desk.
Well, I bet there's going to be a lot of lawyer jokes coming out of this.
Well, actually, that's a myth. There are not that many lawyer jokes. There are like 2 or 3 of them. The rest are just what I like to call true stories. Coming up next in sports, I'll have your report on Kutztown's baseball playoffs, along with the men's tennis journey to the national championship. Stay tuned.
If you're anything like me,
If you're anything like me,
if you're anything like me, you have some interest in communications. And electronic media is what it's all about. Whether you're interested in radio, television, video cameras, lighting, directing, screenwriting, or any type of editing at all, you know it's all some form of storytelling.
Kutztown University does a great job making us understand the importance in that.
Your first semester here, you're taking classes that are also workshops, and before you know it, you begin creating.
The courses here get equipment in our hands right away and give us a realistic feel to what a profession will be like.
You're shooting video, recording audio, and truly producing something of your own.
Our professors provide us with all the tools necessary to become a professional.
We have a fully equipped studio and a control room,
2 Mac labs, multiple editing suites,
P2 cameras, DSLRs,
lighting and grip kits, and audio recording studios. It motivates us to really learn by making the education a fun experience.
You work together with other students throughout the process and learn how to collaborate within a group, which is important.
The industry demands working with others.
In order to fulfill the major, the students have to complete an internship. Normally our last semester before graduation, the staff helps you line up an internship that requires a minimum of 30 hours a week.
We're basically working a full-time job and in a realistic setting, working with professionals and learning the field firsthand.
It's a networking opportunity as much as a job opportunity.
Kutztown stands out a lot in that way. Not many other schools require such a thing, and it's a great experience. The students carry and represent the school's name, and it's neat to become a part of such a good reputation.
That reputation influences our job search. Employers know our school and know what we are capable of.
So if you're thinking of where to spend your next 4 years of college and you're thinking you're a little bit like me, and you're thinking you're a little bit like me,
And you're thinking you're a little bit like me,
and you're thinking you're a little bit like me,
think about how worthwhile of an experience you want. Think about the electronic media department at Kutztown University.
Kutztown University.
Kutztown University.
Kutztown University.
And now sports, where the Kutztown University baseball team will face off against PSAC rival Seton Hill in the first round of the PSAC playoffs this weekend. The games were originally canceled due to weather, and they have been moved to tonight. The Golden Bears will face off against one of the best teams in the entire region, as the Griffins sport a 36-14 record along with a 22-6 record in the PSAC, which is good for second in the conference. Seton Hill leads the PSAC in hits with 442, and they are also fourth in the conference in batting average. KU will rely heavily on preseason All-American Brandon Martinez, who currently is the school's all-time stolen bases leader and is the team leader in batting average, hits, doubles, and total bases. Seton Hill may not be as strong of a team as far as individual players are concerned, but collectively they will present a large threat to the Golden Bear offense, which has carried the squad all year. The biggest threat will come from Mike Battelle, who is fifth in the conference with a 2.18 ERA and tied for second in the PSAC in wins with 7. The Golden Bears will have a daunting challenge ahead of them, but if the bats can stay hot, they should have no trouble working themselves past one of the premier heavyweights in Division II. Now to men's tennis, who have just found out that they will face off against West Virginia Wesleyan University this weekend at the NCAA National Championships. The Golden Bears are the number 2 seed and will play on Saturday against the number 7 seeded Bobcats. The time is yet to be determined. The spotlight will surround senior Rushi Amin, who is the reigning 2013 PSAC Athlete of the Year. Amin, along with fellow senior Bilal Suri, will lead the Golden Bears against one of the most talented teams in the country, who finished the season at 14-1 with a 7-1 conference record. The Golden Bears are no stranger to this venue, as coach Suresh Ramamurthy has led KU to 14 NCAA championships in his tenure. This should be an interesting matchup, so be sure to follow the Golden Bears as they compete for a national title. That's all for sports, and remember to log on to KUBears.com for all the latest in KU athletics. And now it's time for my end-of-the-year shout-outs. This has been yet another excellent year for Newsbreak, and although we have lost many very talented seniors to either graduation or internship, we gained many new faces who are now fully acclimated to how the television broadcast system works. I would like to thank everyone who makes this show possible, most notably Calvin Spone and Parker Barassa, who find the time to help us even though they're busy interning themselves. I would also like to thank a number of graduating seniors this year, including Angela Newton, who is our Assistant News Director, along with multiple others, including Megan Black, our former NBS president, along with Maxwell Ferrara, former vice president of NBS. Congratulations also to Kyle Ashenfelder, our colorful former weatherman, who will also be graduating. Congratulations to Dustin Dinkelman-Saller, who has been a big help to this department since before I can remember. Also, congrats to Melissa Kelly and Courtney Massa, who are former news directors here at Newsbreak and members of NBS's e-board. This group has done more for this major than I can fathom, and they will leave a large void to fill. However, we have a strong group and promising group of underclassmen who look to continue the trend of success in this show and major as a whole. Thank you for all your support, and most importantly, thank you viewers. You're the main reason I sit behind this desk every Thursday night, and I would not trade it in for the world. Thank you to Mr. Greg Bamberger, our athletic director. Thank you to Mr. Brian Salvador, our SID, and thank you to everyone else involved in KUTV. This is why I love the field I am in and look forward to the future of the program. I wish you all a safe and relaxing summer, and I will see you all in the fall.
That's all we have for you tonight. We'll see you again in the fall. Be sure to check out our Facebook and Twitter page.
For Haley, Brady, Emily, and the rest of the crew,
Good night.